What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Jesus Coin. And before we get into the technicals, I want to just say some stuff, right? Because I know it's been confusing. I know there's despair in the air, and I do believe we've got more downside to go. But there is a possibility, there is a slim chance, there's always hope, right, that we could see a crazy reversal because of potentially misunderstood negative news. Right? The whole idea was that the price was going to pump because of the burn, right? And some people started to say the burn was already priced in. Maybe they were right. Maybe we were waiting to see the burn actually happen, and the burn didn't happen, right? As Maker Lee pointed out in his video on X. If you haven't checked that out, you should. But the thing is, and someone, I forget who it was, I would give you a shout out, I really would, but I don't remember the name, I'm sorry. But somebody, not me, told me to look at the question mark here, and it says burn supply, the exact amount that was supposed to be burned. It says that. And this isn't just like Maker Lee doesn't just name this burn supply. He's not the one that named it that. It's not like burn supply. This is the burn supply wallet. I have access to it. No, it's like this is what CoinGecko called it because they're acknowledging that it was burned. Or verified that it was. If you go to Shiba Inu, and I want to talk about Maker Lee in a second, okay? Because I know a lot of people have some thoughts maybe. I want to just set some things clear, potentially. But if you look here, you've got burned wallet by VB. You know, self-burn, like it's. Again, they didn't call it this. This is what CoinGecko's calling it. This isn't, Shiba didn't call it this. They didn't know that he was going to burn it. So just showing again that this right here on Jesus. Oh yeah, by the way, it still says this. If you take all of these, come on now. If you take all of these burned tokens and you subtract this number from that number, you'll get the circulating supply. So they're burned, they're gone, but it still shows up like this, just like with Jesus Coins. So what I want to say about Maker Lee real quick is that, you know, I've been reading the comments on my YouTube videos and of course on the YouTube videos, and I don't think anybody's been like harsh or mean or like dogged him, which is, you know, good. The most that I've heard is like people calling it a fuck up, and it is. It's a fuck up. The fuck up is not that necessarily he fucked up. It's that the fuck up is that, you know, he didn't understand the full situation. We all thought it was going to get burned in a traditional sense, but really what it was just what it's been before, which is that it's just locked up. The coins are just locked up in the burn address. But now I think they've converted over to the burn address, so they didn't technically get burned because nobody has access to that address. Watch Maker Lee's video. He explains it a little bit, but what I want to say about him is I know that there's a little loss of credibility, right? You know, he didn't mean to lock up all these tokens. He meant to burn them, but they didn't burn them. You know, like there's a little bit of loss of credibility, maybe with Jesus Coin, maybe with Maker Lee. It seems like that. But, and just hear me out here, he made a video like basically as soon as that information became apparent to him. Right? I've been a part of scams, man. I've literally, not that I've like partaken in them, but I've been a victim to them before. You know what they do whenever they scam you? Whenever the truth comes out and they scam you, you know what they do? They don't respond in a day. They don't respond with their face on a video like immediately after figuring out something that wasn't supposed to go to plan happens. The people that are legit come out saying, you know, the truth, and they're transparent, and I think he is being transparent. You know, I think he really is. I think that there's a loss of credibility there because of things that happen, but we gotta, you know, remember who we're dealing with, and just like give him credit. Like, a mistake happened, and I feel like if it was genuine, give him the benefit of the doubt. This is exactly how you'd go about it. You know, you don't know, you don't know how to make it better. Nobody has access to that wallet, but the only thing you can do is just tell them what you know, and I feel like he's done exactly that. So, you know, anybody who's out there worried or wondering if there's less credibility to the project, or if it by some reason gives you more faith or less faith that it's a Ponzi, it's not Ponzi behavior that we're experiencing. Like literally one of the founders, Maker Lee, if he's not the founder, I swear he said he made it with multiple people, but he's the only one that stuck around. But one of the founders, if not the founder, um, made a video with his face on it, like literally immediately afterwards. And I'm just saying, I've been a part of things that they weren't scams, but they ended up being trash. I've been a part of things that ended up being scams, and I didn't think they were, but they were. They don't do that. They don't come on face like with a camera with their on their face saying, "Hey, I made a mistake, but it's all good." They don't say that. They don't lie to your face. What they do is they run and they hide like the little cockroaches that they are. And I'm not getting that vibe from this. So, anyways, I just wanted to say that before I get into the TA, because I do want to go over the TA very briefly. But just again, I feel like yesterday I was a little bit kind of like, what the hell, but and still a little bit like, what the hell, but it's whatever. None of us understood. Like if any of us knew code, we might have been able to figure that out beforehand, or knew like how to analyze that stuff. But I don't know how. Mistakes happen. It's okay. We are human beings. Mistakes do happen, and I feel like Maker Lee, if you hear this, man, just good job in handling it the way you've handled it. I'm sure you're getting a lot of heat or a lot of flack, or maybe you're not getting any. Maybe I'm just fabricating that, but I think you're handling it well, man. You're being transparent, and that's all we can ask for. At the end of the day. Anyways, low here to high. I think that we're going lower. I think we're going lower. All the sentimental stuff aside, I think we're going lower. Probably to this 382. We could go a little bit below that even. That would be around 6012. I'm not selling. I think that it could go there, and it could be, let's see, it could go all the way down here to 52% of a loss from here, but I'm not selling, man. We have this right now where we broke out of the area, right? We had a day close below this low day, exactly what I was saying I didn't want to see. We broke out officially, and not only that, we broke out, but we've back tested this area of support as resistance. We even closed right here where the low day was, right? We broke out, we're back testing the previous area of support as resistance, and potentially going to fall lower. Short of a move coming up, like immediately, like very immediately, this thing is very likely immediately to roll over, and very likely to go lower than this. Probably again to 6012, just a little bit below that. That could happen today. That could happen tomorrow. I think it happens by the end of this week. And then what do? We do what we classically do with fibs. We bounce. We play some ping pong. We go from the 382 back up to the 236, maybe back down to the 382, and then we bounce back out. Maybe we break out this time, or maybe we double top it, maybe we single top it, and we go lower on either of those types. Like, you don't know, right? We could ping pong a couple times. We probably wouldn't do it more than that, and then break out up, or we could just go straight down. We could even go straight down there, but I very much would expect that based on price itself, previous area of resistance, and the fibs, 382 is pretty significant, especially on the scale we're looking at. From bottom to top here even, your 382 is right there next to your golden ratio, 1786. Like there's a lot going on there. So I do think you'd find support there, but I think we're going to see that really fast. Now, what I do want to say, what's kind of encouraging, it's encouraging in a negative aspect, but ultimately a positive aspect, is I was talking about if we break out of this and then check back as resistance, it's probably going to be a faster move to the downside. And that sounds scary, but really it's kind of exciting, because what I've been expecting is something more like this to be drawn out over multiple months, and maybe it is, maybe it still is, but maybe instead of moving down for multiple months, maybe we move down real quick and then we kind of move sideways for like a month or so, or 2 months. But getting this downside done with quickly could be nice. It could be really, really nice, actually. I would prefer if we were to move, from point A here to point B. I don't want this line. I want this line, right? It's a lot quicker. It's like peeling the Band-Aid off versus like scraping it, I should say ripping it versus peeling it, actually. But yeah, So lower's where I think we're going. Daily looks sad. We're in the bearish area of control. Last time we got in here, we were just at the beginning over here, like literally right here, just at the beginning. I think we're just at the beginning now. I do think this is a significant top. It's different than this top. It's different than this top. It's different than this top. This top is the one that's gonna send us down. Okay. Hopefully in a shorter amount of time. If not, it'll be drawn out. But either way, I wouldn't recommend buying here. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I wouldn't recommend buying here. I would buy probably, if I was looking to buy, I would buy below 6 zeros. I'd buy at the 7 zeros or somewhere around there. 7 zeros, 7? Is that where I think it's going? What is it? Let's see. But not financial advice, 7045 is the 618. 7074 is the 0.5, which is support area, resistance area, previous resistance area. Kind of makes sense. Could be there. But somewhere down there. I very much don't expect that we're going to hold this and then go to new all-time highs. We could, but I don't think so. I think we're going to see a 90% correction. And to get a 90% correction, we would have to at least move down to the 7 zeros, 5, 6, 7, 6 area. Yeah. This level or lower might take more time, but I think this area here, it's going to happen this week. I think we're going to see this 382 come into play this week. If not next week, but probably this week. And that's really all I got to say, guys. Now, for anybody who's stuck around, there is a bullish side of things. And it all revolves back to what I was saying in the beginning of the video. It's not really technicals. It's about the potential loss of credibility, right? Maybe there were exchanges that were looking to buy, and then they hear that this burn thing's not actually happening, that spooks them, whatever. But then time goes on. They look it up on CoinGecko, and they're like, oh, hey, it actually does say it's burned. CoinGecko validates it. They agree. Okay. If we can get CoinMarketCap to say the same thing, that would be, or right over here, that'd be great. I don't know how they would go about it. It says self-reported, but if they could maybe change the supply on here, or if something, I don't know. If the exchanges, what I'm trying to say is if they see this and like, okay, maybe there is some legitimacy to that, that takes away the negative of the not knowing how the burn was actually not going to be a burn, right? So the positives start rolling back in is what I'm trying to say. The potential loss of credibility with Jesus Coin and maybe with Maker Lee a little bit, right? That goes away when people start to realize like, oh wait, he's being transparent. He made a video. This isn't something that a scammer does. Like how he's treating this, how he's, he might be a little different, right? We're all a little bit different. He might be a bit eccentric in his videos, but dude's jazzed up on Jesus Coin, whatever, like that's not a problem. It would be a problem if something like this happened and he was nowhere to be found, right? And I think that seeing that kind of stuff happen, while yes, initially we had this like bearish reaction because things didn't go according to plan, having this I don't know what to call it, man. Just like a strong spine, I guess. Like not faltering. The community's not faltering. A lot of people are sad that they didn't get to sell up here, but nobody's really discouraged about it. And again, like I was saying, I didn't see really anybody say anything negative about Maker Lee or about Jesus Coin. I saw one comment call it a scam or a Ponzi, but that was it. There's still people who very much believe in this project, and I think we have every reason to. So this could be like a false dropout. Whenever that gets like realized, we might get that bullish pump that we kind of missed out on here, but that's just, I feel like I'm just spinning a hopeful tale. It could happen. It could happen, and that's why I'm not selling my coins, because even if it doesn't happen, we go down here, well, inevitably we are going to get exchange listings. Inevitably, adoption on Jesus Coin will go up. There will be more wallet holders, and I do think that we're going to see prices higher than this. So why risk a potential bullish pump event, whenever I could just wait it out and still see higher prices? That's kind of my thoughts on this. But I feel like I went off on the deep end there. I hope I made sense. I hope I wasn't offending anybody. Again, man, I think it's really cool. how strong knit this community is, and how everybody, like, we can be different, we can have different views, different beliefs even, and still like share camaraderie and like brotherhood, through this thing, and sisterhood to the sisters out there. But look at that, a little bit of a bullish note too. You tipped your previous all-time high, like you tipped it. I know I've been pretty good at calling the TA here and there, guys, but everyone's like, oh, you called it dropping on the Sell the News event. Yeah, but I also called for it going to 501, and we didn't get that. I was very confident that would happen, and we didn't get that. So I am pretty confident that we're going to go lower. We don't have to. We don't have to. I can be wrong. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. This time I'm calling for the downside, so being wrong again would be nice, and that's why I'm not selling my coins, because I definitely plan on selling them a lot higher. But nonetheless, probably likely going to drop. We probably do lose the zero at some point. I think buying there would be the most ideal area. If you want to buy here, after a 60-something% drop off from your all-time high, 55%, it's probably not a bad area to DCA, but maybe don't put all your money in, because again, it does look like we broke out. Finding resistance, going to go lower. But man, that's all I got. I feel like I've gone on long enough. This video is longer than I meant for it to be. Yeah. This might be my last video on Jesus Coin for a little while, guys. If things get exciting, if we actually reverse, if things start to look bullish, I will make announcements. If I feel like we found a low, I will make an announcement. I might periodically check in on it, but as far as the day-to-day videos go, it's probably just going to be the same, right? I think we're going to 7 zeros, 5, 6 area, right? Or 7 zeros, 4 something area. Somewhere around these lows, somewhere around these highs. I think that's where we're going. Somewhere in there, back in this kind of previous area, probably more toward the upper half of it. We could go all the way down here, but I doubt we do. But who knows? Who knows? And if you want to draw the fib from this low to the high, the 618 is all the way down here. That's why I very much do think that is possible, but you don't have to go that low. Maybe the 0.5, maybe we hold the 382, but I would bet we break the 382, and I would not bet that we break the 618. So anyways, repeating myself, giving a summary at the end. I hope everybody has a good day. The burn did happen. We've got it. Whoever it was that clarified this for me, thank you, because this is nice to see. CoinGecko recognizes it, and that doesn't mean nothing, So anyways, when I say that, I mean like it means something. That means something. It doesn't mean nothing means it means something, right? Anyways, take care, everybody. Hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.